A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. I hope all of you are shining. And my friends, this is the part 2 of the channeling that I specially asked all of you to let me know if you want me to do the second part or not. I'll tell you why I said that is because sometimes I have noticed that people who have viewed the part 1 are a lot more than people who have viewed the part 2. So it doesn't make sense for me to make so much effort and speak for such a long time without taking any breaks in between, and it's all getting recorded usually. Then you have to edit it, then you have to carefully listen to it once more. It's not an easy process to share channelings, and these type of channelings especially, because these are messages that not others are sharing. So I'm not working under competition, to be honest. I don't care if I do just lame readings for you just to please people, just to make them happy. Most people are telling other people, oh, it's union. Come on, union is not a process that happens like that, just like that. Okay? And most important thing that other people are not telling you is that this union process, it actually happens within you. You will feel it. It's not happening outside of you. Outside world is just a mirror. What other people are telling you is that you fix your outside life, you fix your external life, and automatically inside will fix up. No. That is a process that will never take you anywhere. First, you need to fix it within, and you will experience the union within. And once you experience the union within, you don't care about what's happening outside. You don't care about it because you have advanced so much. You have gone to this level that other people cannot imagine, and that's why I changed the name of this channel from Twinflame Union to Starseed Twinflame Union, because I was given that download. I might change it back again. It's not written in stone somewhere. But I was literally given the download that most people who are in the ascension journey, most twin flames, you cannot be a twin flame if you are not a star seed. There has to be a divine intervention which is been given to you as information in your DNA. Otherwise, why would you care about ascending? Why? Look at the people on the planet. There are 7.5 billion people on the planet. So many of them go through heartbreak. So many of them go through different relationships. People are just doing one night stand upon one night stand upon one night stand. Once I asked one girl, how many one night stands have you done? She says, I don't remember the count. It's literally every night I'm probably into a one night stand. I said, still, if you have to give a number to it, 50, 60. She's like, yeah, it's more than 50, 60, but I don't know what's the count. Now, I'm not saying this because I want to degrade women. The same I asked from men, I got similar answers. Because after you're drunk, if you're drinking every night, if you're partying every night, drinking every night, and you're going to places which is full of people, things will happen. And so many people go through heartbreak. So many people's relationships end overnight. So many people are cheated and betrayed. Not everyone goes online, starts checking YouTube and, hey, what's happening to me? What's going on with me? What am I going through? What is this energy I feel right now? Nobody is doing that. If that was the case, then the views on my channel would have been already, I don't know how many. Every day, millions of people would be listening to this content. Millions. 10, 20 millions maybe. But if every day you say maximum I have gone to is 40, 50,000 so far. 40, 50,000, yeah. Why? And then there are so many people who are sharing readings, and nothing against them, my friends, nothing against them. Please don't take it like that. Some of them are quite positive, and even though you feel that, the reading has been done for somebody, one particular person, but you feel like you can take the message from it. So everybody is doing their bit basically, but you need to understand and you need to question yourself that you also in your past life, past as in this life's past life, you have gone through many heartbreaks since childhood, since your teenage years maybe, even in childhood. I remember I was probably the queen of rejection. Like, I was getting rejected and I used to reject people. And the first time I got rejected, which actually after inner work I realized it was not even rejection. The boy was really shy. I was literally my first crush was in first standard or second standard. I had a crush on a boy who used to come first every time. Like, he was always the topper. And at that point in time, you're still in first standard. So for you, somebody who's been a topper for 3 to 4 terms since KG nursery and now in first standard, he's still the topper. You're like, wow, this guy's a genius. Yes, I used to fall for intelligent guys when I was a kid. But obviously when I grew up, I did not look for intelligence like a lot of us, right? So I could literally go back in time, literally to that age where I had the first crush and I didn't even remember it. Only when you do inner work, only when your Kundalini awakens. Kundalini awakening doesn't happen to everyone, my dear friends. And I have laughed at so many videos. People have shared videos online on YouTube explaining how their Kundalini awakening was. And that they were sitting in the meditation and some lightning spark and they were seeing stars in the daylight, or they were feeling current in the body. No, that's not even, that may be some drug that they're tripping on or something else. That's not how it happens. You need to go through deep pain. You need to go through sacrifices. You need to meditate a lot. Then your Kundalini awakens. And if you people, you must be thinking, but I never used to meditate, but I never used to do this and that. Think about your life. Think about who you are since childhood. Were you not meditative when you were constantly looking at something for 20 minutes? There's a dot in the wall and you're just looking at it, staring at it for 20 minutes. How many children can do that? Tell me. Or were you not meditative when you were deeply focused? You would just listen to something and you would remember it. Most of the people who are twin flames, they have reported to me that they could also score the highest marks in the class, but they never bothered about it, even as a child. They were like, okay, fine, as much as, I'm getting the answers, I'm getting cleared in my papers, I'm getting some distinctions, it's okay. I don't want to compete with people. Twin flames don't want to compete with people ever. And the false information that is being sent outside in the outside world, in the information that people are broadcasting, is that they project a person to be the twin flame. Like, this is the person who's your twin flame. Now you do healing to get this person in your life. No. You need to know that you are the twin flame. You have the twin flame energy in you. And everybody else who's in your life is mirroring that energy back to you. They could be a catalyst. They could be a soulmate. They could be a twin flame. Meaning a person who awakens the twin flame procedure. So it could be a very bad relationship. It could be a horrible relationship, a physically violent relationship. Maybe somebody was just there for sex and lust and things like that. Only few twin flames, they get married. Only few, and still they go through separation. I have worked with so many people who have gone through separation after marriage. And they were like, this was the best person. It was too good to be true. And they are experiencing twin flame ascension while they are married or separated, or they are in the court fighting a legal battle. So who are they fighting against? Is that person a twin flame? If that other person is a twin flame, then why that person is not sharing the same energy as you? Why don't they love you selflessly? Why don't they telepathically get your messages? So it will happen, but it will not happen in all cases. It will happen in few cases. In many cases, people get a walk-in twin flame, which means, actually it is walk-in only, but twin flame word I'm adding just for your understanding. Because this twin flame has been used as a label so much that people have actually forgotten that it's an energy. It's an energy which can be in a man as well as it can be in a woman. And once again, I can say this because when I started doing my work, I thought nobody is going to listen to me. Let's be honest. I thought maybe 50, 60 people will listen to me. That's it. Or 100, maybe 200, I don't know. And before that also, I was on a channel called the Sunamoon Vlogs, and one day I just deleted almost like 70, 80 videos. All the hard work, I just deleted everything. Because I was like, you know what? The world only wants to get pleased. They just want to get pleased by the content creators all the time. They don't want to listen to my truth. They don't want to listen to things that can help them. And this is when I received the download that don't worry. Don't worry, just keep doing your work. Don't question it. People who are going through this awakening process, and I was literally given 2020. And honestly, I had not even in my imagination I could think what is going to happen in 2020. If you check the date of my videos, I started making them in 2019 on this channel. Okay. Before that, I was making on Sunamoon vlogs. Before that, and even before that, I was doing a lot of Bollywood related work because I was a marketeer. So I had collaborated with many YouTubers and many other people. I was the first person, like my team was the first person, and I was heading that team. We were the first people to create what you call web series right now. We were the first one to create the webisodes. It was the first supernatural horror series with episodes. So usually people were just sharing content, but nobody was doing episodics, that too on YouTube. So my company, the company that I was working with, we did it. And when I joined the digital marketing platform, it was absolutely new. It was new thing in the world. So I was one of the first digital marketeers. And you can imagine, if you listen to this, you start something big and you do something amazing, but you lose interest in it. Even if you're getting money from it, you can get fame from it. I was also getting good amount of fame, lots of contacts, lots of who's who I was hanging out with. But still, I didn't want to do it because it was falsehood. It was illusion, and I could see through it. I did not understand why am I depressed, why am I not happy. I have a fancy job, I have a fancy designation at this age. I'm making money. People like me. I have such a cool relationship. Today when I look back, I think that relationship was based on my job and my designation, not on who I was. So, my friends, you need to ask this yourself instead of questioning other people. This is a question that you need to ask yourself, that who are you? What are you doing here? What brings you to this twin flame ascension journey? Why do you care so much? Why can't you be like other people? Why can't you do what everybody else is doing? Why is it so hard for you, so difficult for you? And I'm sure this is the question a lot of people ask you, why can't you just be normal? And you're like, what is normal? I think I'm normal and others are not normal. So these type of questions you need to ask. Now, to continue that channeling, where we spoke about the masculine wanting to be the provider only for the feminine, not anybody else. There's a reason behind it. And I was given 2 cases actually. So that's why I wanted to ask people if they really want to hear, they really want me to continue or not. So friends, I've been given or shown 2 different scenarios. One scenario is which was in the part 1, where this masculine really loved this person, the man and the woman, there man and woman there. And they love each other a lot and everything is beautiful. It feels like they found the true love of their life and it can't get better than that. But he's a weak man. He's weak and he's selfish. He doesn't think about her at that point in time. He thinks about himself. Most selfish people do that. They think about themselves. And later on, when the situation goes bad, then they're like, oh, I made a mistake. Oh my God. But it can happen in a genuine way also, right? So I'm being shown it will happen, but very important thing, please make a note of it. This happens only after the feminine lets it go, forgives this man. And when she has moved to a higher energy, she is now a high vibrational woman, that's the time he will go through his dark night. Otherwise, if you keep repenting, if you keep on blaming him, if you don't get out of this circle, this trap, then what will happen? He will keep enjoying, he will keep living his life, he will keep doing his thing. You will look at him from a distance and you will keep feeling bad. So you need to detach from this person and focus on yourself. If you are a genuine twin flame, because all genuine twin flames have the star seed energy, Yes, if they put their mind and focus into something, they can do it. And next scenario that I was given is two different people I was shown, a man and a woman. Two different people I was shown, and both of them have pretty much lived the same life. They did not confide into other people when they were going through pain. They just did their inner work. They did not do what the society was telling them to do, be it getting married, be it getting a certain type of job, be it acting out a certain way, or living with everybody else in packs. They are basically opposites in many ways. They are opposite, but their core values have been same. They have good energy, very positive energy, and they focused after going through heartbreaks or betrayals or whatever happened with them. They focused on themselves and they started being completely independent, and they only focused on their inner work. Now these two people have met. They are complete strangers otherwise. They have no experience with each other. But he had lost the shine, or you can say the will to be a true provider and nurturer. He was just doing it like little bit. Okay, whatever is needed, I'll do it. If I have to earn this much money, I'll earn it and give it to other people, whosoever. He was not really excited. He was not really motivated. If he would do good things like exercise or lose weight, or you can say maybe gain weight also, because some people are extremely thin. So maybe this person, whosoever this person is, he has gone through his share of problems, but he never worked on his nurturing energies and his provider energies. He kept it to a place where it is okay. That's it. But looking at another person, looking at the other person, they are getting motivated. And this other person has also their own share of betrayals and bad relationships and bad experiences of life and whatnot. Bad health, maybe they have gone through some kind of bad health. I have noticed that star seeds usually don't fall sick that easily. Even in their childhood, they don't. But they usually go through situations when they get deeply programmed, because they're also sensitive. For them, the biggest disease or the biggest pain is a heartbreak. And heartbreak is not necessarily caused by other people, only in relationships. A person can go through heartbreaks if their friend deceives them. Say a very close best friend type of a person has deceived them. They can go through heartbreaks when in school they are treated badly. They can go through heartbreak and completely shut themselves down. Leave everything that they're loving because there's no one to guide them. They can't go to anyone, and even that gives them a heartbreak. They can't really form sentences out of what's happening, they can't really word it out what's happening even in childhood, but they feel betrayed when they feel that, I don't have anyone to talk to. I cannot speak openly with anybody. So they shut down. Then they are heartbroken when a very close family member abuses them sexually or physically, sexually, or they get heartbreaks when someone they have trusted, even the parents, mother, father, brother, sister, and that type of person betrays them. That's why sexual abuse is seen as such a strong form of betrayal, because as a child, not only do they trust that person, but having that energy of twin flame inside them, they like human beings in a different way, like they have compassion for human beings. One has to understand that sometimes we have to experience something which is not that great for us in order to recognize the value of something which is beneficial for us or right for us. So as I was saying, that these two people, who are randomly, I'm not talking about people who are connected, but randomly they are on the planet, two different type of people, a man and a woman. They've had many experiences of their life. They have compromised, maybe they have sacrificed, they have been weak in certain situations, but they learned through it. And now they are literally energetically mirroring each other. These two people are mirroring each other because they are basically embodying all the things that are meant for human beings. These two people are going to cross each other's path in the right divine timing, and universe is actually preparing them for an important job. And these two people, when they meet each other, they will have a huge big soul connection. They will have very strong feelings of love, unconditional love, pure love, and they will recognize each other immediately because of the inner work that they are doing right now. They will be in the position to recognize each other, and they will have a mission of their own. Either they will have individual missions or they will have one mission together, and they would have done substantial amount of work by then. And I'm being told that it would be like a power couple, like two people who are literally same. They have the same goals. Both of them will not have a single romantic bone in their body or a romantic. They don't like romance. This is one thing I can sense about them. They don't like romance at all. So how I understand this practically, or I can give an example to you guys. Basically, I like to run every day. At least once I need to run. And running is a very addictive exercise. Everybody doesn't get attracted to it. Everybody doesn't get drawn to it. Very meditative people who like solitude, who like nature, who like positivity, they like to work on themselves and they run. And I was just wondering, because I'd never run on a treadmill, so it was still in my curiosity. And I don't like to go to gyms because I don't like the closed atmosphere, and everything is inside and there's loud music and there's air condition. So I've never really worked out in gyms as such, but I have a membership for a certain swimming pool. So I was like, okay, let me just try it out, because I've seen a lot of people running on treadmills, and this is like on one of those days where I had not gone out for my run, my daily dose of running. And I started running on the treadmill. He taught me how to do it, the gym guy, and I was like, okay, let's do it. I consistently ran, and it was, from a runner's perspective, okay, you will see the kilometers, you'll see the speed, you'll see all the stats are given below. But I did not enjoy it at all. I was a bit nauseatic, you could say. After I finished, my feet were literally burning up because I ran so much, and non-stop, that is. I did get down once to drink water, because we need to drink water after sweating so much. But only that experience made me value running in the nature, in the outdoor a lot more. And I was very happy actually that I did try it out, because it was in my mind. I wanted to see how it really practically feels. So this was not a question of, okay, this is a negative experience and the other one is a positive experience. It's more about what is a better experience for your body and for your health. If you attach with this whole situation, now instead of talking about treadmills and running outside, we can talk about relationships. Sometimes we have certain ideas in our mind, like maybe if I'm with the Karmic, somebody in your mind since a long time, say you found the twin, or you found your soulmate, your true love. But you always had this feeling that, I should date someone who looks like this or looks like that or acts like this or talks like that. You don't know it's a low frequency experience, but you are curious about it. When you do it, when you are into it, you start realizing this is not good. Actually, the moment I started doing it, I knew that it's not the same thing as running in the morning. When it's fresh, it's beautiful, it's green, the birds are chirping, you can feel the air. Even on very hot days, in hot summers also, you have a lot of gratification because you sweat so much, you feel like all the negativity is going out. Your body becomes very fit, you feel very straightened up after that. And usually, your feet are extremely important. You should all do some kind of exercise that involves your feet, because when the pressure points on your feet under that layer, when they get massaged by running or by some other activity like that, walking, running, playing badminton, so it gives a very nice current upwards Our spine, our neck, our back, so many of the nerves are connected. But you would not know this fully if you don't try it or experience it. Same way, a masculine or a feminine, because both attract karmics. It would be very naive actually for some people to think that only the masculine attracts karmic. That's so not true. Both of them attract karmics and both of them are supposed to attract karmics. That is the part, that is the deal of this journey. So when they attract karmics, they get to experience practically that it's not for them. It's a low frequency experience. It's not uplifting them. Okay, they enjoy, like I enjoyed running. I was like, okay, I any which way enjoy running. So whether I run here or I run there, it's the same thing. I enjoyed the fact that I spent so much time, but it was not a good experience for me. And you have to decide what is a good experience for you at the same time. I was like, this is a closed place, this loud music, I don't feel alone. I had a friend with me that day, nothing against the friend, but you know, when you're in your own world, when you're just either silent or connected with source, or talking to yourself in your mind, maybe listening to the music that you like, that you prefer, not the loud noise which is in trend. And there were so many other guys and girls, and there's so many mirrors around you. Inside the gym, I just don't like those places wherever there are way too many mirrors, you know. One or two mirror is nice, you know, one big mirror, one regular mirror. Okay, you can look at yourself, you can check yourself out. But if the whole place is surrounded by mirrors, it has a lot to do with ego. That's why in the story Snow White also, the evil witch, she keeps talking to the mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? So mirrors, air conditioning, packed environment, too many people, it was all like not for me. So same way, you have to experience the karmic situations, because as soon as you realize this karmic is not for you, this situation is not for you. Like some people think friends with benefits must be so good. Let me do it. There's less commitment, there's less drama, two people are happy with each other and they're having certain type of intimate experience. But actually, it's a very pathetic relationship to be in, because you're neither here, you're neither there. You're literally in the middle, and it's not the middle path that Buddha speaks about. You can't commit to that person, and when you start developing feelings, if one person also starts developing feelings for the other, which is not, I don't understand how it's not possible to develop feelings when you're so intimate with someone. First of all, this level of intimacy is not even good. It's very unhealthy and toxic, because you don't share anything, you don't talk about anything, you don't have conversations, you have no humanitarian connections. The only connection is the sexual connection, the bodily connection, the physical connection, which is also only meant for a certain act and a certain period of time. It literally makes a person look so non-empathetic, like they have no emotions whatsoever. So one person develops feelings, the other one doesn't like that, the other one wants to run away, they start looking for other options. And then in some cases it's a to and fro, even in friends with benefits. Technically, if you look at most relationships that don't come to fruition, all of them are friends with benefits. And so many of them keep it like a secret. They cannot talk about it to family. They feel that, it will create unwanted pressure, or it will create a lot of attention towards the relationship which they don't want to give. So why would you enter a relationship which is a half-assed relationship? That means you also have a half-assed relationship with your own self. People who have a complete, total relationship with their own self, these are the people who can have full, very committed, very happy relationships with others. I mean, not all relationships can be happy and perfect, but they understand that. Those who have a very strong bond with themselves, these are the people who enter the mission phase. They either enter the avatar self, they all have avatar selves. It's literally like they know why they're sent to earth, why they're born. And they have a very strong feminine energy and a very strong masculine energy. Both their masculine and feminine are in total union. So they don't need anybody else. And even if they are with other people, it's okay. Like I had shared the story of this one master who was basically a really good guy, very well sorted, amazing person, very calm, composed, always super chill. Like there's nothing that can bother him or affect him. So the students were very inspired by him, and they were like, how is this man so amazing? And if he is so amazing, and he is basically the household lifestyle. Householders are basically people who get married and they live like other people. They don't turn into monks or they don't renounce anything. They practice it while remaining in the world. And this is actually not an easy form of ascension work, because when you're becoming a monk, like you need to be first of all very detached, but when you become a monk you don't have any responsibility other than your own self. But when you become an ascensioner in the householder's life, you will be connected to a lot of people on a daily basis, and all those people are going to get inspired. And there will be some people who will not like you, which is okay, which is also part of this process. Like you have to accept that, yeah, some people will not like me, and some people will get triggered by me, some people will be negative, some people will speak badly about me. It's okay. All right. So, and this man has a bunch of students who are very inspired by him, and they want to visit him, they want to go to his house, they want to see how he lives. And they are all assuming that he must be having an equally lovely partner who would be very understanding, respectful, which is like normal assumption because he's such a super chilled out guy. He is so high in the, in his mental level. So they go to his house, and immediately, the door is opened by this woman who is literally shouting and very angry and upset. And she's like, who are you? Why are you here? And they go like, oh, we came to meet the master, we came to meet the teacher. And she goes like, yeah, you guys have nothing better to do, and he has nothing better to do as well. All you just waste time in these stupid talks and nonsense things which has no meaning in life and blah blah blah. And she was so angry, and she didn't even like greet them properly. She literally shoved them in, like pushed them in, like, yeah, go inside, he'll be downstairs. I'm not his servant, but I have to be like a servant, she goes in that lingo. Anyway, the master comes down and he looks at the students who are literally in shock, because they never expected him to be living in a house like that and still be in such a zen-like position, zen-like place. It's easy to be happy when everything is, hunky-dory, but imagine this level of peace and calm. And throughout the time, they could see that every time she would hover around, she would be blabbering, or she would be complaining, or she would be shouting at some other servant or some other worker. And then they asked this, finally they could not control it, and they asked him that why would you be with such a person who is disrespecting you on your face in front of people like us? Like it's really sad to actually see you in this relationship. We never expected you to be in this type of a painful and miserable relationship. So he said, well, you are seeing it like that because you don't understand the story behind it. Because of his inner work, because of the high level of inner work that he was doing, he knew about his past life, especially the past life with his wife. So he knew that in the past life, he was a crow and she was a cow, and the cow had some wound basically, but the crows have a very bad habit of, pecking on the wounds. And sometimes crows also act like parasites, or you can say carriers. Like they'll sit on a buffalo and keep eating the ticks. They don't have to go anywhere. So maybe this one of these cows that the crow used to hang out with, he would see the wound and he would just poke the wound more and more. So I, being the crow, I used to do that constantly, and the wound became so big that literally the bone started appearing, coming out, popping out. It could be seen visually. And one day, I still didn't stop, he said. I still didn't stop. I kept on pecking like a woodpecker pecks on the wood. I kept pecking on the wound. And one day my beak got stuck in the bones of this cow. The cow was in extreme pain. It was excruciating pain. But I never stopped. That was my nature. That was my nature as that body in that vessel. And we got stuck together and we were thrown into a river where we both drowned and we got like killed or died. I mean, it won't be killed, but yeah, we both died. And then after some pause and gap, we got this life as human beings. There were some other qualities we had, some good qualities that we got the human life. But you have to understand, it's me who's got ascended. It's me who's at this level of peace. Maybe she is very peaceful too. But when it comes to me, she's not nice to me. She's just returning the karma. And it is very important for me to smilingly take it. Because if I'm not going to take it, it will get carried forward. And I don't want to do that. I want to resolve it all in this life itself. I don't want to take it any further. And despite having her around, being this positive, being uplifted, doing my inner work, this itself is a very big challenge. And with time, I have overcome many of those things that used to hurt me or trigger me. Because of my past life mistake, which I am ready to work on even now, I don't have anything against her. On the contrary, had she not been this way, I would have never stepped out and searched for the true meaning of life and love. Students were extremely impressed, more impressed. They could see it in his face that he was not attached to this woman. He was not living in the same house with her because of attachment. But he was an ascensioner, a true master. He had ascended. He just wouldn't react or he just wouldn't care. This is the magic of inner work. This is the magic of deep inner work and surrender. And it doesn't come in just 6 months or 7 months like a lot of people, newbies, would like to believe. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes work. Some of the people are very angry right now as the twin flame journey has hurted them so much. But over a period of time, they'll realize that it's all good. I think it was the best thing that happened to me. This is what a lot of people would say eventually. Because for a lot of people, it is predestined to be in union with themselves because this is their last life on planet Earth. After this, they won't be coming back. They won't be coming back till they are needed again, till they are going to volunteer again. A lot of these people, starseed twin flames, they are here on this planet to spread the true message of love. Not the false one, not the low frequency one like most people are doing, but the true message of love and enlightenment. And they have to experience it first, practically. It's very easy to say certain things when you read it from the book. But when you practically experience it, you know you can never go wrong because it's your own truth. Truth cannot be described. There is no definition for truth. But it can only be experienced and felt. And then, once you experience and once you feel it, then you can explain your truth to other people. Not everybody's truth is the same, right? So, the two scenarios that were given to me, in one case, it is the past lovers who come together. They get wounded by one another, they get triggered by one another, they get into separation, they go through in different relationships with karmics, or they have different karmic experiences, but all karmic experiences eventually teach them that it's not real and it's not for them. It may be good for someone else. It may be nice. Maybe someone else loves to be on the treadmill. They enjoy it. Good for them. But if you personally ask me, I don't. And I have no fear in talking about it. And I have no fear in sharing my own experience because it's my own experience. It's my own truth. Right? Similarly, the twin flame journey is supposed to be your own truth. The twin flame ascension journey has to be your own truth. But to speak about it, you have to go through the end. Till the end, not through the end. Yeah, actually through the end also. That's correct too. You have to go through it. You have to experience it. You have to feel the change in you. You have to meet with your higher self. You have to connect with that person, your avatar self maybe. You have to connect with your masters. You have to connect with the benevolent beings. You have to see a huge amount of change in you over a period of time. You can't see that change in 6 months. Like, even as I'm speaking right now, I know that after 1 year, I would be a totally different person. So would you be. So would anyone else be. But if you're going to hang on and hold on to your past, the ghost of your past, you can't grow because you have to carry the ghost on your shoulder. The ghost doesn't have feet. It needs somebody to carry it. So don't carry your own ghost from your own past. Leave it behind. Every day we are born and every day is a new day. Every night when you go to sleep, you die. And this is what happens in the dark night of the soul. If you actually experience dark night of the soul full blown, you will realize that it feels like death. Literally, I felt that way. I was like, oh my God, I'm dying or what? And every day, the more I would try to get out of the dark night, more I would feel different. And all my efforts, they get paid. When you're trying to get out of the dark night of the soul, you will eventually get paid back, and paid back and how. It will not be like little bit of, you'll get a lot. You get to redeem yourself. You get to let go of the shame and guilt that you've been carrying. You let go of the burden and the baggage that the society has put on you. The curses that come from way back in the past, like so many lives, so many generations, 7, 8, 10 generations, generation upon generation, the information has been given to you in your DNA system, through your DNA system. So you release all of that and you come back to your natural self. And there is no end to it. That's the best part. It just keeps going on and 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 on until you breathe the last. But when you're breathing the last, I strongly feel that you have to be a happy person, a very content person. Because the dark night of the soul phase, it is so difficult to live through at times. It makes you learn about death. And you don't see death like, oh my God, death. You see it like a promotion, not a demotion. It's not like you're going into the hell. Some people, when they die, they go to hell. Why? Because they have carried so much negativity, anger, pessimism, that during the final moments, it all comes back. It comes back. And somebody gave me a very good explanation about it. So what really happens when we die? There are some chemicals in our brain. So a lot of you people must be aware about DMT. DMT is basically a class A hallucinogenic, which naturally occurs in the body. And yeah, plants also have DMT. And it contains a clue to what happens when we die and why people have mystical experiences. They see many souls and things like that. That's because all of the DMT that's in your body, all of it, because it's end time, it's last time, it all starts to work up. And that's why people have those mystical experiences, which are actually real experiences. Now, we can produce DMT naturally in our body. We already have DMT in our body. But people who have more DMT in their body, they start having psychic experiences. They start seeing things. They start experiencing sacred geometry. And when you consume psilocybin cubensis, you will definitely have a good science expedition, a sacred geometry sort of an experience. So at the time of death, it really matters how your whole life has been, how you have practiced the ascension experience, how much mindfulness you have, because as the body dies, all the brain cells, they sputter electrical juice. And neurons work by filling themselves up with charged ions, creating electrical imbalances between themselves and their surroundings that let them generate the little shocks that constitute their signals. And yes, I am reading this out. You must be thinking, oh my God, wow, she's like a science genius. I love this stuff, but I also read it out. Now, why I read it out is because this specific part, the electrical juice part, this is the thing that makes it more interesting. So it is actually a scientific intervention, which is also a divine intervention, if you think about it like that, because what is divinity? Divinity is a science. It is a spiritual science. It's the spirit science. It actually is the real type of science. So when people meditate a lot, or people, absorb themselves in solitude, and they're very independent, they start feeling happy. Why? Because the happy chemicals get released. And when you're very close to animals, animals also help us release the happy chemicals when we hug them, when we are around them. So if you're surrounded by lots of animals all the time, you will most definitely be a happy person, because animals also like to be around people who have that chemical balance within them. They get attracted to those people, they get drawn to those people, and they become very peaceful in their presence. So they also enjoy, and they always give back a lot. Plants and animals always give back a lot to other people around them. So being a provider, the main message, the strongest message is that being a provider is very important for the masculine energy. Anybody who's trying to heal their masculine energy, they need to heal the providership. And the masculine wants to give it to the feminine. She is the receiver. So he is saying that everything that I provide for, I will only do it for the feminine, not for the karmic. Because when he is doing it for the karmic, he is not happy. He feels that he is only doing it to massage the ego of the karmic, because karmic people and karmic templates are all about the ego. And what she is doing is, what is she doing? She is doing it for the soul. She is doing it for the mission. He wants to contribute to the mission. The masculine energy wants to contribute, wants to earn for the mission of the feminine. In case of mission oriented people who are in mission, if you ask them how the shift happened in their life, how they became mission oriented, or how they started doing what they're doing, they realized, and these are many people's experiences that I'm talking about. There are not like 100, 200 people that I know who are in mission, but yeah, there are some substantial numbers. So they told me that they were earning money, and they were sick and tired of earning money for other people, or to fit into the society, to be liked by other people in society, and they stopped working. They had no motivation, they were depressed, they were unhappy, they didn't feel like earning a penny, and they were broke, and they were whatever, people were saying things to them that you are useless, you can't do anything. They were not useless, they did not want to do it for the people who are using the strength and the ability and the skills and anything, talents, just to feel a better person, feel like a better person, or be likable. Now that's not the thing they are craving. When they started connecting with their inner world, when they started finding the stream or the waterfall, the ocean, it grows, right? First it's a stream, then it becomes a waterfall, then an ocean of unconditional love. They feel like putting their energy, and they want to do things for people who matter, or something they love hugely. So then they again become the provider, but this time they want to become the provider for their nurturer self. This can be played out in an individual setup, or it can be played out in two people also. But still, it will not be in a codependent way. It's not like the other person cannot earn money at all. So when you attract the right healed man, healed masculine, he would be very, very happy to provide for you, and he would be more than happy to contribute to causes. And if you are a female, a healed feminine, then you would definitely be a great provider. But at the same time, you would also be a great nurturer, and you would like to nurture a man who wants to contribute into your dreams and passions and goals that are your mission, that are connected to the soul. So this is where I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. You guys know how to get a personal session or book yourself into therapy. You can support my content on Patreon, and you can get my book In the Name of Love, which is a journey of finding your ultimate soulmate, on Amazon Kindle. The link is given below. You must read this book because it's a high vibrational book, and it brings a lot of changes in people's life after they read it. because it's a journey of finding your ultimate soulmate, and that is something which most people on ascension are here to do. And ascension is a lifestyle for people like us. We would like to say, yes, we are a community, because, and we must say it very proudly, we don't have to be scared about anything, because this is what we love to do. And if you love to do something, you must speak about it, you must share about it, right? And yes, one more thing I would like to say, if you book the personal session or therapy, please do let me know. Email me at my email address, which is thesunamoon@gmail.com. Sometimes PayPal does not give us complete information about a person. It becomes difficult to trace them or email to them. This is a disclaimer so that, in future, you can't say that, oh, you didn't tell me about it, you didn't mention about it. So it's mentioned in every video. Alright. So I'll see you soon in another one. One love and peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.